Hi, my name's Coralie and this is my channel Jump With No Fear. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to tell you about a list of things that I used to bring with me that I've now downsized to make them much smaller to fit in my little camper van here. I started doing that when we were camping in our Prius because obviously a Prius is quite small, and the usual camping gear just didn't fit. It was way too big. Yeah, there's just stuff all over the place. So much more full than I expected. I don't know what I was thinking. So join me and hang about for this list of things that I have downsized. The first one on my list is camping chairs. I love my camping chair. This is one that I've had for maybe 14 or 15 years now. Actually probably closer to 16. It's an outdoor connection chair. It's super comfy. It's one of those ones with the lumbar support, which I thought was a gimmick, but it's not. If you get one with lumbar support, they're great. Anyway, so I love this chair. However, it just takes up a lot of room. If you are camping in your vehicle, you don't have a lot of room to store stuff. So in the end, what I did is I decided that a hiking chair would do the job. This happens to be the National Geographic brand, but there's a whole lot of different little hiking chairs that you can get. This is modelled on your Helinox ones, and it is so little. It's quite low to the ground, so if being low to the ground doesn't suit you, this might not be for you, but for us it works really well. Most of the time we're in our van anyway, rather than outdoors, but if we do need a chair, then I use one of these. It packs up so much smaller, obviously. The second item that I don't bring with us anymore is a large camping table. There are some really cool tables around, but what I found is that the normal size that they would fold down to is just too big. This is the one, don't mind how dirty it is. This is the one that I used to use. As you can see, it's quite big. I mean, it does fold down small for a decent sized table, but to fit in the van, it takes up a lot of room. I discovered that also when we were camping in the Prius, again, because the Prius is very small. So instead, I got this Zempire kit pack. Now, excuse me, I actually hardly ever use it. As I said, we're normally in our van, we eat in there, we sit in there, we sleep in there, and we don't tend to have to use this table very much. But if you need a table that is going to fold down really small, this is fantastic for that. It's got sort of like that slat top, but not the loose slats. They're all fitted, and it's such a great table, and it's so much smaller. The third item is this fold out stool. Now I still keep one of them, but I used to carry two as like an extra chair option, but I don't anymore because I have these. I carry two of these. One for Alexis, she likes purple, and one for me, I like red. They are much smaller, as you can see, even with two of them, they hardly take up any room at all. Those can be a stool and they can also be a table. Really, really handy. They are the Outdoor Connection collapsible stools. I'll put the proper name on the screen somewhere, you can sort of look them up. I'll put a link and stuff as well for everything here. So I still do carry one of these because it's good to stand on, because it's nice and sturdy for that. But I've only ever needed the one, so if you're not using it, why carry it, right? The fourth item I don't bring with me anymore is a double burner stove. I found that I would rarely ever use two burners at a time. Now, yes, it's more convenient, but if you're only traveling with like one or two people, which is usually myself and Alexis, then it's actually quite easy to cook just with the one burner. So I replaced that, well, with two different things actually. One is my dual fuel stove, which runs on Shellite. It can also run on unleaded petrol, but I don't use it for that. And the other one is my Jetboil. So I can have two flames if I need to. So, but these just are so much smaller. It also means I don't have to carry an LPG tank for the gas. The fifth item that I don't carry with me anymore, which I just mentioned before, is my LPG tank, or propane, as people in the United States call it. I don't carry that big stove anymore, so I don't need the gas tank. So instead of having that big gas tank now, I've just got the Shellite in my Coleman stove, and the, I think it's isopropane in the Jetboil Flash. Takes up so much less room. It's also easier to carry spare fuel with me. The sixth item that I don't carry anymore because it just takes up too much room is a ground mesh or a big mat. Often people use them to avoid bringing dirt into your tent or into your camper, but instead I use my muck mat. This is not a whole muck mat, I just cut one edge off so I could fit it exactly on this step here. And I just wipe my feet before I go in the van. The seventh item I don't bring anymore is a specific dog bed. Now Ollie is still youngish. She's about 8.5 now, and she doesn't really like to be anywhere where we are not. So she always wants to be with us anyway. So if I put a dog bed out here, she doesn't really care about it. She just ignores it. And I used to have this really nice fold out dog bed. It's an Outdoor Connection one, and it's got a little cushion on top, and it's really cool. And I actually really liked it, and it was a shame that she didn't like it because I wanted her to. But it also just took up extra room that we didn't need, especially since she didn't use it. So instead, if she needs it, I just use one of these cheap mats. And if I don't want this, I actually usually keep it on the floor behind me. But if it's not in use, it's very, very easy to roll up, and it's quite small, so it takes up very little room. The eighth thing that I don't bring with me anymore is a kettle. I actually have a kettle that belongs to a Trangia kit, and I really like it because I like the Trangia. But when it can only serve one purpose, it's taking up a lot of room for something that honestly I don't even use that much, and it's a bit slow. So when I want to boil water, I either use my saucepan, it does actually have a handle, I just couldn't find it right at the moment, or my flash boil, Jetboil Flash, sorry, because it's much faster than a kettle anyway. And my Jetboil Flash and my saucepan can be used for multiple things. It's not just limited to boiling water. The ninth and final thing that I don't carry camping with me anymore is a full-size pillow. It takes up so much room. This is my pillow for my bed inside. I do not bring a full-size one like this, partly because I use 2 pillows at a time. One is like a pillow that I have between my knees, just so that my back can be nice and straight when I'm sleeping. It's super comfortable. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. And rather than having a full-size pillow, I cut this normal pillow down. It's about 2/3 of the width, so I can still use this, and it takes up less room. But also for my head, I just use this one. I made this one out of the leftover foam from this one, and you can see so much smaller. It's just as comfortable to have a small pillow, as long as you've got one that suits your own comfort level. You don't really need a massive pillow, especially when there's such limited space. I find this one really comfy, especially with the it's pieces of memory foam inside, and I love it. So that's it. Those are 9 things that I don't carry with me anymore, or that I've swapped for other things because they just work better in a small space. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy what you're watching, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notification bell to get notifications so that you'll know when I upload another video. Alright, thanks, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. So that's it. Worst time of day for this, seriously. So many cars. And buses.